morning everyone, welcome to Find Your Flow Yoga. My name is Natalie and I'll be guiding you through this morning practice today to get the blood flowing, the juices going all around the body, oil all the joints and generally feel good. So yeah, we are going to get started by sitting on a comfortable seat, lifting your hips up onto something, a book, a block, pillow, cushion, anything at all, and get your other at-home props as well if you do know you might like a little bit more support. So resting the hands wherever they lie, most comfortably. We'll take a few moments to just settle into this space where we are. Feeling the support from the ground beneath us as we root our lower body heavily to the earth. Reaching our spine nice and tall, softening the shoulders from beneath the ears. Releasing any tension from the muscles of the face. Breathing in through the nose, fill up all of the space in the lungs. Opening the mouth, breathing out and sighing it out. 2 more times. Inhaling completely. Exhaling completely. 1 more time. Coming back to your natural breath in and out of the nose. Becoming aware of this space right now where you feel your breath the most. Can we use this space for our anchor to tether back to whenever we need a reminder to be in this present moment? Our to-do list for the rest of our day is to one side for now. We are here. Repeat in your mind. I am here now. And gently fluttering the eyes open as we send the right hand down to the ground. Reach the left arm all the way towards the sky, finding length and then folding over, keeping the right ribs reaching towards the sky. Option to keep the right hand here or take it to the outside of the left thigh. Listen to where there's space in your body. Keep the shoulders soft from beneath the ears. 1 more breath. And then floating the left hand to the outer right thigh. Right hand swims all the way behind you, fingertips to the earth into a twist. Inhaling to find length. Exhaling, send this rotation through the ribs as we wake up all of the systems in our body. 1 more breath here. And floating back to center, left hand down, right hand reaches over and then folds. Option to take the left hand to the outer right thigh. Really breathing into this space all around the right ribs. 1 more breath. And then floating the right hand to the outer left thigh, left hand all the way behind us, reaching tall with our inhale and twisting with our exhale. 1 more breath here. And jumping back, shaking out the wrists, getting the fingers spread nice and wide. We'll jump forwards into our tabletop, all fours. With our wrists beneath our shoulders, knees beneath our hips, we'll tuck our toes under. Then just start to circle all the way back over the feet and forwards over the wrists. Get some movement in the shoulders, the hips, the head, the neck, the elbows. And then in the opposite direction, nice. And coming back, untucking the toes. Rolling the tailbone down, arching the spine like an angry cat, finding cat pose. Dropping the gaze, breathing in. Breathing out, rolling the tailbone up to the sky. Tummy floats down, lifting our gaze, cow pose. And coming back to the center, bumping the hips to the left, gazing past our right shoulder. Bumping the hips to the right, gazing past our left shoulder. Then coming back to center, 1 more cat-cow. Rolling the tailbone down, arching the spine, breathing in. Breathing out, coming to your cow pose, lifting the tailbone. Gorgeous. 1 more breath here before floating to your neutral spine. Sending the left leg out long, walking the hands back. Left hand floats down the leg, right arm reaches towards the sky and then over. Floating the right hand down to our brick or the earth, and then reaching the left hand over. Nice. Coming back to center into your neutral spine and sending the right leg out long. Finding our gate pose on the other side. Right hand down the right leg, left hand reaches. We fold and then floating over to the left. Right hand reaches, nice. Coming all the way back into our tabletop, tucking the toes under, sitting back on the heels, reaching the arms out long. We'll press through the palms, float the hips high, downward facing dog. Pedal through the heels, don't stop moving. Notice your breath here, notice the space around the hips and in the back body. One more breath. And then releasing the knees slowly to the earth, really, really, really slowly. Walking them a little bit further back, finding our low plank, rocking the shoulders forwards over the wrists. Option to stay here or tuck the toes under, lift the knees, high plank. Nice, and then sending the hips high, everybody meeting downward facing dog, pedaling through the heels. One more breath. And then walking the hands back to the feet, finding a forward fold. Bending the knees generously, arms hang, head and neck soft. Inhaling to lift up halfway, finding a flat back, hands reach behind like airplane wings. Exhaling to fold. Inhale again, lifting up halfway, hands might come to the thighs this time, arms like little grasshopper legs. On your exhale, folding. One more time, we'll inhale to lift, hands might come to the shins now. Exhale to fold, planting the palms, walking forwards back to our downward facing dog, hips lift high. And then slowly, everybody rolling the shoulders forwards over the wrists. High plank, keep the heels sending away. And really slowly, imagine you're moving in slow-mo. Float the knees down towards the ground, but keep them hovering off just before they touch. And lifting back, nice. Hover the knees down, and lifting back, and then hover the knees down one more time. Gorgeous, lifting back, hips come high, downward facing dog, walking the hands back into our fold. Inhaling to lift up halfway, your flat back. Exhale to fold and rooting down through the feet to roll all the way up to standing. As we arrive there, float the arms wide, reach for the sky, finding space. Interlace the hands and reach the palms towards the sky. Breathing in, breathing out, hands release, tucking the chin to the chest, we roll down to the ground. Walking the hands forwards back into our downward facing dog. And then rolling into our plank pose, knees lifted or lowered. We'll send the elbows behind us, coming down to the ground, taking our feet nice and wide. Hands a little bit wider and back near the rib cage. Pressing down lightly to lift our heart space forwards. Cobra. Nice, releasing. Inhaling and lifting on your exhale. Heart space floats forward, shoulders come back. Nice, one more time. And coming all the way back, hands root, we rise into our plank pose and then send the hips high, down dog. Floating the left leg off the earth, we'll step it all the way forwards into a lunge. Back knee lifted or lowered, nice wide stance. As we slowly rise from the ground up, we'll soften the elbows, cactus arms. And then floating the fingertips back, we'll lift our heart, lift our gaze, find extension. And rolling forwards, curling the chin towards the chest, palms float together. Nice, coming back to our neutral spine, hands to the ribs as they spiral over to the left side of our mat. And reaching the arms out wide. Floating the right hand down to our prop or the earth, left hand towards the sky into our twist still. Everybody lifting the back knee off the ground here. Pivoting the back foot to the earth, left forearm to the left thigh. We spiral open into our side angle pose. Right hand either reaches towards the sky or forwards. Really noticing this opening, this rotation through the center of our body. And finding a windmill with our right arm all the way back. Finding space, reaching forwards and in the opposite direction. Nice. Moving here. Coming back into our side angle pose for one breath before lifting the back heel off the ground, pivoting forwards into our airplane lunge, hands reach behind, keeping our stomach down near our thigh. Can we find even more length through the spine, even more space in between our shoulders and our earlobes? Nice. And then planting the palms, stepping back, plank pose, knees lifted or lowered, elbows float behind. We press down lightly to rise into our cobra, finding space between the hands and the feet, and softening. Making your way into your plank pose, sending the hips high, downward facing dog. Floating the right leg off the ground, bending the knee, stepping it all the way forwards, rising into your low or high lunge. Softening the arms into cactus arms. One more breath here, and if the back knee's lifted, really sending the way through the heel. Floating the fingertips behind, we lift our heart, lift our gaze. And reaching the palms forwards, rounding through the spine. Coming back to center, hands to the ribs, opening to the right side of our mat. Reaching the arms out wide. Notice your breath here. Floating the left hand down to our brick or the earth. Right hand stays in our twist and reaches towards the sky. Everybody lifting the back knee off the ground. Then pivoting the back foot to the earth, right forearm to the right thigh, and we spiral open into our side angle pose. Finding our windmill arm, all the way back, round and forwards. All the way forwards, round and back. Nice, coming back to side angle pose, meeting here, one more breath. And then pivoting the back heel off the ground, airplane lunge. Find this connection to our lower body. Keep the front toes nice and soft, one more breath here. And releasing, planting the palms, stepping back to your plank pose. And then send the hips up high, downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Bend the knees. And then moving in slow-mo again. Knees float down to the ground. Hover them off the earth before they touch. Keep hovering, keep hovering. And release. Scooting the legs to one side. We come through to sit in the center of our mat. Hands come behind, feet come as wide as our mat. We'll find windscreen wipers over to the right. So right thigh rolls out, left thigh rolls in. And back through center and over to the left. Nice, and one more time to each side. Gorgeous. And then just come to rest over the legs. Allow the head and neck to soften, the arms to release. One more breath here. Mindfully lifting back up. We have a few options here. You can either end your practice lying down in Shavasana, getting extra comfy, or if you prefer, you can lift your hips up onto some support. and find a comfortable seat. So wherever you are, just release any tension you're holding in the body. And as we come back to our soft breath, naturally breathing in and out of the nose, and we maybe start to notice a little bit more how we feel, how our subtle energy feels. And setting an intention for our day ahead. Ask yourself, what matters most to you today? Is there anything you'd like to let go of before you start your day? What are you grateful for right now, in this moment? Repeating in our mind 3 times. I choose to breathe. And if we ever get into a moment, a situation throughout the rest of our day, then we might feel a bit stressed or wanting to snap, you've gotten angry about something, whatever it is, can we remind ourselves of this? I choose to breathe. Either keeping the hands where they lie naturally, or floating the palms together towards the heart space, bowing our head towards our heart in gratitude for this moment. I wish you all a wonderful day, and from my heart to yours, Namaste.